everyone, and welcome back to English Talk. I'm Anna.
And I'm Leo. Thanks for joining us again. Today's episode is going to feel very familiar, very real life, like the kind of conversation you'd have with a coworker on a Monday morning.
Exactly. We're talking about one simple question. How was your weekend? But with a twist, because this past weekend was Mother's Day.
And that changes everything. Suddenly, it's not just about relaxing or catching up on sleep, it becomes meaningful, emotional, sometimes even stressful.
So today, we're going to share our weekends, talk about what we did for Mother's Day, and also explore how people celebrate it in different ways.
We'll also go a bit deeper than usual. Not just what we did, but how we felt, what we learned, and maybe even what we do differently next time.
That's right, because conversations like this are not just about practicing English, they're about connecting with real-life experiences.
And honestly, everyone has some kind of story related to family, especially on a day like this.
So if you're listening, think about your own weekend too. What did you do? Who did you spend time with?
All right, let's jump right in.
All right, Leo, let me start with the classic Monday question. How was your weekend?
The question everyone asks, but no one answers honestly. But okay, I'll try to be real. My weekend was actually really good. Busy, but in a meaningful way.
That already sounds different from your usual weekends.
Yeah, usually I just try to recover from the week, but since it was Mother's Day, I made plans with my family. What about you?
Mine was also pretty full. I spent most of it with my mom, which was really nice. We don't always get that kind of uninterrupted time together.
That's true. Life gets in the way. Work, responsibilities, everything.
Exactly. Sometimes even when you live close, you don't really connect that often.
Yeah, you might see each other briefly, but it's not the same as actually sitting down and talking.
And I feel like weekends are usually when people try to catch up on everything. Errands, cleaning, rest. So meaningful time can get pushed aside.
That's why having a specific occasion like Mother's Day almost forces you to slow down and prioritize family.
I agree. It creates a moment where you stop and think, okay, this matters.
So, did you plan something in advance, or was it more spontaneous?
Oh no, I'm definitely a planner when it comes to things like this. I started thinking about it like a week before.
That's impressive. I wish I were that organized.
Well, I've learned the hard way. A few years ago, I completely forgot until the day of. And let's just say my mom didn't love that.
I can imagine. That's one of those days you really shouldn't forget.
Exactly. So now I make sure to plan ahead. I got her a small gift, wrote a card, and planned a nice brunch.
That sounds perfect. What did you get her?
I kept it simple, a bouquet of flowers and a handwritten letter. Honestly, she cares more about the message than the gift.
That's usually how it is. I think most moms just want to feel appreciated.
And I think planning ahead also reduces stress. You're not rushing at the last minute trying to find something meaningful.
Yeah, last-minute gifts always feel a bit rushed, even if they're nice.
Exactly. When you plan, you can think about what really fits the person.
Did you consider doing something different this year, or did you already have an idea in mind?
I thought about trying something new, but in the end, I realized she enjoys simple traditions more. All right, your turn. What did you do?
So I decided to cook for my mom.
Wait, you cooked?
Hey, I can cook. Okay, I can follow a recipe.
That's already impressive.
I made breakfast. Pancakes, eggs, coffee. Nothing too fancy, but I really tried.
That's actually really sweet. Did it turn out well?
Let's just say it was edible.
Oh no.
The pancakes were slightly burned on one side, but my mom still said they were amazing.
That's such a mom thing to do.
Exactly. She was just happy that I made the effort.
Did you feel nervous cooking for her?
Honestly, yes. I didn't want to mess it up, especially because it was a special day.
That makes sense. Cooking for someone can feel like a big responsibility.
Yeah, and I kept checking the recipe over and over again just to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
That's actually kind of relatable. I do the same thing when I cook for someone important. Did you have any emotional moments? I feel like Mother's Day can get a little emotional sometimes.
Yeah, actually. At one point, we were just sitting together after breakfast, talking about old memories.
Those are the best conversations.
She started telling stories about when I was a kid, things I don't even remember.
Like what?
Apparently, I used to refuse to eat anything green.
Honestly, that doesn't surprise me.
And she reminded me how patient she had to be. It made me realize how much effort parents put in over the years.
Yeah, those conversations can really shift your perspective.
There was also a moment where things got quiet and we just sat there without talking.
Those silent moments can be powerful too.
Exactly. It wasn't awkward, it was comfortable.
That's when you know you're truly connected.
What about you? Any emotional moments?
Definitely. We went out for brunch first, and it was nice, but the most meaningful part was later in the afternoon.
What happened?
We were just sitting at home looking through old photo albums.
Oh, wow, that always brings back memories.
Yeah, we found pictures from when I was a baby, my first day of school, family trips.
That must have been nostalgic.
It was, and my mom started telling stories behind each photo, things I had never heard before.
Like behind-the-scenes stories.
Exactly. It made me realize how much she experienced that I was never aware of.
Did anything surprise you?
Yes, actually. I learned about challenges she faced that she never talked about before.
That must have changed how you see her.
It really did. It made me appreciate her even more.
You know, it's interesting how Mother's Day is celebrated differently depending on where you are.
That's true. In some cultures, it's a huge event with big family gatherings.
And in others, it's more low-key, just a phone call or a simple message.
I think what matters most is the intention, not the scale.
Absolutely. You don't need an expensive gift to show appreciation.
Some people even celebrate it across multiple days, especially in big families.
That makes sense. It gives more time to connect with everyone.
And traditions can vary a lot depending on family background.
Yeah, and sometimes people create their own traditions over time.
Do you ever feel like there's pressure to make Mother's Day perfect?
Yes, definitely. Social media doesn't help.
Right? You see these elaborate celebrations and suddenly you feel like you're not doing enough.
But in reality, most moms just want time and attention.
Exactly. Sometimes the simplest gestures mean the most.
I think people forget that perfection isn't the goal, connection is.
That's a really good point.
And honestly, trying too hard can sometimes make things feel less genuine.
Yeah, authenticity matters more than presentation.
So what did you take away from this weekend?
I think the importance of being present.
That's a good one.
Not just physically, but mentally. No distractions, no rushing, just being there.
I'd say the same, and also realizing that small efforts matter.
Even something simple can create a meaningful moment.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be big to be important.
And I think it's something we can apply beyond just special occasions. If someone is listening and wondering what to do next year, what would you recommend?
Start simple. Plan something small but thoughtful.
And don't wait until the last minute.
Yes, learn from my mistakes.
Also, don't underestimate the power of a handwritten message.
Or even just spending quality time together.
Exactly. Time is often the most valuable gift.
And try to focus on what your mom actually enjoys. So overall, how would you summarize your weekend?
I'd say it was meaningful, emotional, and really fulfilling.
Same here. Not the most relaxing weekend, but definitely one of the most rewarding.
And that's what makes it special.
It's the kind of weekend that stays with you.
Exactly. It leaves a lasting impression.
And honestly, conversations like this are a great way to practice English because they're real, natural, and relatable.
Yes, and if you've been following along, try to answer the same questions we asked each other.
You can even pause the video and practice speaking out loud.
That's one of the best ways to improve fluency.
And before we wrap up, if you've enjoyed this kind of conversation,
don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future conversations. We post regularly, and each episode is designed to help you build confidence in real-life English.
Also, if you have suggestions for future topics, leave them in the comments.
We actually read them, and many of our episodes come from your ideas.
All right, everyone, that's it for today's episode of English Talk.
We hope this conversation helps you practice your English while also reflecting on your own experiences.
Next time someone asks you, how was your weekend? You'll have plenty to say.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.